Well, hello. I'm MastrClicker, and I guess I'm showing you some builds I made on Pixel server. As you can see, I teleported us out here in this field because this is the first build I made when I first joined the server, and I had no idea what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
So I ended up dying pretty early on, and I didn't realize that I needed to get my body to get my waystones. So
Oh,
I
shoot.
died, and then I stopped playing on the server after I died for a while, and I came back just to find out that my waystones were gone, and I had no way of getting them back. So
Darn.
when I came out into the world, I went to the southern spawn point. That was one of the waystones that spawn that you can select. And every time I did this build, I had to walk from that southern spawn point over to this build to build it. So just for lore's sake, I put us out in this field, which isn't as far as I had to walk, but it's close enough.
Yeah, that
And
sounds like a rough start to the server though. Holy.
yeah, it was a mission, I must say. I wasn't really sure where I wanted to build, but I wanted to make it close to where some people could find it, because I wanted to make it sort of a communal build.
Yeah.
And yeah, so let's just head on over, I guess.
Alrighty.
So yeah, we walked over here every time. I always walked over, and you come right over this mountain.
Let me see. Sorry, I just got to turn down my settings. I don't know why I'm lagging
Yeah,
so incredibly much. Everything's low.
it is very bright right now. Oh, it's just my shaders. So down here, you can kind of see it. I don't know if you have render distance that far, but the journey through the forest. It was worse when it was night because there would be like zombies and stuff, and I had like no gear.
Ooh, yeah.
So there it is, across the water. I think I held up in this cave for a while before I actually built anything.
Oh, yep. Kind of like a little starter base kind of area.
Yeah, just like a sort of an area, and then I found this area over here, which was nice. Well, we'll get back to this ship that you see over there, but we'll cross over here, and I'll show you the first thing that I made. So while planning out this specific build, um, I tried to use materials that were pretty easy to acquire,
Mm-hmm.
and I still needed a place to sort of, lay low during the nighttime and stuff. So I built this little hut,
Oh.
and this was MastrClicker's little building supply hut. Very simple, as you can see. Just had the chests I had full of all the gear I was using to build stuff with, and down here I built a little sort of where my more prized possessions are down at the bottom there. And this was kind of like my first little
Oh.
area where I kept some more rare stuff.
I think I remember being down here at one point actually.
Yeah,
Love the little design. It's like a kind of armory, and the special items you said were stored here.
yeah, sort of my special items.
Hmm.
This is a claim that only I have access to. Most people have access to a lot of my claims, so this was kind of my own personal claim.
Ah, yeah.
And this is the first actual tavern that I built for the server. It did get griefed. I finally got ungriefed. It was a part of it I forgot to claim.
Oh, shoot.
So So the way I did this build was I made it a sort of a partition claim because there are things inside this build that I wanted random players that stumbled across it to be able to access.
Oh, yep.
So if you walk in the front door here, you come in, it's like a nice little bar area.
Oh.
And as you can see, this part is claimed, so no one can break this, but they can still access this barrel, these furnaces. I made it so this part of the build was not claimed, so they can still access these things when they come into it.
Oh, that's cool.
There has been a little bit of griefing, as you can see. I've had to do a little bit of patches sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And then down here is kind of the same thing. This whole area is unclaimed, so they can access this anvil and smithing table and these blast furnaces over here.
You got some like good resources and stuff, especially for like new players who don't have a whole lot of materials to make this
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. And it's like good to stay away from zombies and stuff at night. I just kind of put lava here for like garbage if you want to throw garbage out, you know. Well, I guess I gotta jump to get it in there, I guess.
Ah, yeah.
And then this was also unclaimed, but I had to claim it. These are the bathrooms. So the reason I claimed it was because people were killing each other in the toilets.
What a horrible way
so,
to go.
so I so I had to claim it so I couldn't lift the trap door to trap someone in there.
Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep. Anyways, come
jeez.
back up here. More garbages, of course, lava. You got this nice little patio. Kind of overlooks the down there, which is where the
Ooh.
nether portal and stuff are. And also a hole all the way down to the deep dark. And then
Oh,
this
cool.
whole entire forest here was not here when I came here. It was all plain bare land. I planted all of those trees and stuff, used them for resources and just kind of to make fill in the area, you know.
Yeah. Wowee.
Yeah. Then you come on upstairs, and then we have another unclaimed part of the build. These are the rooms where people can sit their save points if they want to go explore the mines or the nether. They will just spawn back here and be able to get to their corpse easier.
Does the lava not burn down the place because fire spreads is off? Or how does that work?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I put the lava here and it seems to just not burn anything, even though this isn't not claimed, this area. Seems the lava just is safe there.
Hmm, that's cool.
Yeah. You got the fireplace, of course. You can do more cooking, also just a little bit of show and tell there. Got a nice patio outside. You can see all of the chimneys have smoke coming out of them. We got hay bales underneath fire, just sort of make it look like it's being lived in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was a nice build. Didn't take me too long. I think maybe 2 or 3 days I spent on this, sort of not really seriously. It was more of a because I didn't have any gear or anything. It was just surviving was a little bit harder, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
The average zombie is a lot more terrifying when you don't have any gear. And then yeah, my farm. So the farm is pretty much this is where I come still to get food. All of these creatures are claimed, but there is an unclaimed part here where people can get their own wheat and stuff if they want to come over here. I did leave notes just saying, please, replant. Seems like people have been doing that, which is kind of cool,
Yeah,
So people in this server are not all griefers. They're actually kind of cool. So
that's wholesome.
yeah, and this was the first build. Oh, also a nice little thing I found over here when I moved out here. There was this unfinished, I guess, abandoned build over here. And this was here when I moved out here. Um, I don't know who it belonged to, but they left hidden villagers.
Oh.
There was two of them in here. I accidentally let one out and a skeleton killed it. So
Oh, shoot.
I was able to save this one. It hasn't been trained or anything. It's just chilling in there.
Just one of the residents here.
Just one villager, yeah, one villager that I now own. So I claimed this unfinished build. Ow. Watch out for the zombies.
That guy out of here. I like how you actually like made kind of like a chicken coop design. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I wanted to make it look sort of like it was part of the world.
Yeah. You got a very humane cow farm here, cow and sheep farm.
Yeah, yeah. So this was the first build I ever made on Pixel Server. This was probably the first survival build I ever did, actually, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I never really played in survival until I joined the server. I've played a little bit like solo, but oh yes, and then down here is the ship that I wanted to make. I started on it. Um, I never ended up finishing it, but
Ah, yeah, that's fair. Seems like
it
a
is
pretty big project.
yeah, it was a pretty big project. Also, I kind of made it uneven. I messed it up a little bit.
Oh, shoot.
So it is not fully symmetrical, which I could still work with. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. But yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't, you can't really tell unless you really look at it.
Yeah, I'm checking it out in free cam and it. You can kind of see it a little better. Yeah, it's a shame when you're, yeah, like halfway or like farther through a build and then you
Yeah.
find out it's asymmetrical and you're like, nah, it's too late to go back. Well, it's
Yeah.
never too late, but it's definitely a huge, long process to try to fix it. More trouble than
Yeah.
it's worth usually.
Anyways, I chilled out here for a while, and this is like kind of where I met some people, because people kept stumbling across my build, and eventually I met a few players and ended up deciding I wanted to make something big, because I spent a lot of time in creative. I make some very big projects, and I
Hmm.
thought trying to do that in a survival situation, something I haven't done before, would be a good challenge because you have to gather resources. You don't have creative flight. You can die from fall damage and all that. So I thought it would be a cool challenge, and I guess we'll go and show you what the results were.
Yeah, for sure. The
Okay.
chicken jockey down here.
Oh yes. This waystone also moved around a lot. I think I just ended up putting it up here just because.
Was it just getting in the way or?
I just didn't really know where I wanted to put it. I was like, should I put it inside the tavern or should I put it on the outside? Like, I wasn't really sure. And then this kind of just seemed like a nice spot because it's kind of in between the tavern and the boat and everything.
Yeah,
So
kind of
we'll
a good
take
and
you
visible
to
spot here.
the Cherry Blossom Kingdom. All right.
Oh.
So when I moved out here, it was just this hut. I didn't make this hut. This hut belonged to a player named Jane. And this was all that was out here. It was just this hut, completely bare land again. I think she had a neighbor over there that was like an old other starter hut that was just kind of abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just this hut, and I met Jane, and I told Jane I was gonna move in next to her, and I was gonna make a kingdom. And then she said, okay.
That's where it all started.
And this is where it all started, yeah. We had come over to our board here. You can see that we had quite a few members join us in our journeys, and also helped us work on it. Some members have been in the server longer than I have, some are new. I'm not sure why MGC's head looks like Spider-Man for me, but
Oh, yeah. It might be Gera or Essentials or something. I think it's the
maybe
Christmas head for me. You got Myth, Quillix, Duck, MGC. Is that Galactical Wolf or is that Model 1H? I don't know.
it's Mythland.
Oh no, in the top above that one. Above MGC.
Oh, it's Calamity.
Oh, yep. You got Goober, your boy Death God, Lita B, Red Jar. I think is that Davy?
Yeah,
Hmm. Those are the people I know anyway.
yep. The ones that I still play with are Cat Dog, Gamesy, Jane. Um, I guess I still kind of talk to Jarl Fuhrer, and then I seen Goober yesterday when I was on the server, but
Yeah. Yeah, Goober still plays pretty often.
Oh, and the red jar. Red jar is also someone I play with still.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got our community carrot garden. This is something Jane used to take care of all the time. She'd replant them and fill out these chests here so players could just come. Um, at one point we were threatened, so Gamesy ended up building this tank over here.
Oh, snap. This is a
Yeah,
cool build.
yeah. This was probably the second biggest build I did on the server. I kind of threw this up really fast because I wanted to put a beacon in something.
Hmm.
It's not symmetrical, not a lot of effort or work put into it. I just wanted something massive. I built this in one night. Probably took me like a couple hours.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, just a nice little place to put a beacon.
Hmm.
And then, well, you can tell on our board it says don't kill the bees because we were really huge honey farmers. And down here is where I kind of built it. So down here is where we keep our nether portal. It is blocked by a door here, so piglins, when they spawn in, they can't get out.
Oh, smart.
And then down here is where we keep our bee farm.
Oh, dang. Did you just like collect beehives and stuff around the world, or?
I made these beehives and then just bred tons of bees.
Hmm.
We had to population control because the bees kept wandering off and they'd all settle in this like field sort of far to the north, and we'd end up finding them all. And I think it was kind of ruining the TPS a bit, so we'd have to kind of population control them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I didn't actually
I,
know you could breed them. That's cool.
I dug this out and I built this little oasis down here. I wasn't really sure I was going to turn this into. Right now, I think we just store honey in it. It looks like someone's been breaking stuff down here, but whatever. So yeah, we just keep our shears in here, and then there was glasses of honey in there, but seems like they're gone. Just a nice little thing. Digging this out, I can tell you, was a challenge. I've never had to dig something out in survival before like this, and I had to build like a bridge halfway to make it wider and then delete the bridge, and it was just like, it was very interesting. And then I had to make it big enough so I could plant trees down here too, because I didn't want to make trees. I just wanted them to like naturally grow.
Is this all man-made, or is it like part of a cave?
This is literally was all man-made. This was just all stone.
Holy smokes. Did you have haste and
So
tunnel, or was it just like
yeah,
efficiency?
this was later on when I had like a good pickaxe.
Yeah.
I had my mountain mover, which I can tell you what's on it.
Oh, yeah. You can trade it if you want, and then it'll show up in the menu.
Oh yeah, sure. This was the pickaxe.
Oh, snap. Yeah, that's a really good pickaxe. It still would have
Yeah.
taken like quite a while though to kind of get
Oh
through all
yeah,
this.
I had two pickaxes. I have one that's a little bit less powerful than that one, so I had like a backup one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this door is closed. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. This is just like another way to get into the mines. Of course, we have to block it out so like monsters don't get into the build.
Yeah.
And yes, this was our town. This was our starter town anyways. This is where we ended up putting like people that were like new that would join. We put them somewhere on this side of the mountain and we'd see what they're capable of, and if they wanted to be part of the bigger town, they would to come and do that.
Gotta prove themselves.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we'll show you the big build now. I don't think the elevators work for it anymore,
Oh, shoot.
but we can get over there.
Fly on up.
This was my supply cave. I dug this out to get like all the cobblestone and stuff I was using to build stuff. I did completely landscape this mountain
Oh,
inside.
wowee.
And it's this through this door is where I think all the people of your video will like. So you just walk through this and look up.
Holy smokes. Is that all
So
like airborne? Like,
yeah, everything's completely in the air. I had to
wowee.
build a giant dirt platform which spread, I think, across this whole entire top of the mountain. And that's where I started it. I ended up building the platform, and then I was building this in midair. And then I
Jeez
deleted the
Louise.
platform after I was done the base of the build. And the build is surrounded by 3 floating towers that look identical to this one.
Oh, yep.
What I did was I built one tower. I think it was this one actually that we're right under, and then I copied it with Lightmatica into a schematic, and then I used the schematic for reference to build the other 2. I think I got a quarter of the way building the second one, but I didn't read the rules, and apparently you couldn't use autoplay, so I ended up getting
Oh,
banned for I think a day until I talked to Pixel, and she explained to me I can't do it.
yeah.
So I turned off my autoplays and still built it with the schematic, but without autoplays. I can tell you that gathering the materials for this big build was probably the most challenging part because of what the materials I was using were all from the Nether.
Yeah.
So I kept running out of blackstone. I still have quite a bit of supplies in here, actually.
Oh, like leftover stuff?
Yeah, but also like I had a smelting station because I not all the materials I used could just be crafted. So I just had these smelters going while I was building.
Yeah, I guess they're in the same chunk, so you can start building up there
Yeah,
and... Okay, wait,
yeah.
did you say did you not build this in creative beforehand? You built it in survival and then took that,
No,
Lightmatica?
everything here was built here on this server. It,
Holy.
I copied this in this server and used the schematic for reference. I wanted them to be identical. But yeah, it was all built here. And no part of this build was built in a creative environment.
That is wild.
It was all built here, yeah. I think Red Jar built something down there with a friend. I'm not quite sure what it was. I think it's just where they're gonna put a villager farm or something.
Hmm?
And then up here is where we keep our elevators. This gets us to the big giant kingdom part of the build. Um, this elevator is up there, yes, but I don't think these elevators work anymore. We'll
Oh,
attempt to use this one after I show you sort of the new town, I
yeah,
guess.
okay.
So this is where a new town was going to be. We still might build something out here eventually, but we have a lot of other things going on right now, so this was a modified schematic Red Jar brought here, and I helped him design the pillars for it, because we wanted to still fit the cherry blossom theme.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was kind of going to be the centerpiece of our new town.
Very pretty.
Yeah,
And colossal, holy.
yeah. We had a kid that joined us early on. His name was Ben, and I told him he can build a house on this side so long as he incorporates a little cherry blossom into it. And this is what he built for me. He built this
Oh,
house right here. He used blackstone, and he still put the cherries in it, and the pink. So it's a really good build, I think. He
yeah.
definitely nailed the assignment.
I actually really appreciate the like kind of tiled windows, the kind of pattern
Yeah,
he has going on.
yeah. He had some really cool builds. He's just a young guy.
Cool.
And then I'll show you one build that was made by one of our master builders here. I told him the same thing. I was like, you can build whatever you want, just incorporate a little bit of cherry blossom into it. And well, at this point, he was going through, I guess, a demonic phase.
Oh, yeah.
So he ended up building this castle. It just sits up here in the corner next to Pixel's claim.
I fell in the powdered snow. Whoops.
Oh yeah, watch out for the powdered snow. So this is what he built. I thought it was really cool. But as you can see, there is no cherry blossom incorporated into it. And I was like, well, you're supposed to incorporate cherry blossom. And he's like, I did. Come over to the back.
Oh, like
So
a
he made a dead cherry
dead
blossom
cherry
tree.
blossom tree on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, it suits the build pretty well.
Yeah. So technically, I guess, technicality, he did the assignment.
Bent the rules just a little bit.
Yeah. And then I did ask Pixel to give me permits to this claim so I could build over here. I still haven't done it, but she did in fact give me permits over here.
Is this an admin claim or what's over here?
Yeah, this is Pixel Turtle's claim. I think she, underneath this, pretty far deep, there's like a giant ancient city. It still has all of its ores and everything in it, and I think she just kind of preserved it.
Oh,
So I haven't been down there, stolen anything from it, because, I don't want to mess with the admin, but
yeah.
I do have access to build on top of it, if I ever get around to it.
That's cool.
I don't know how much you can see with your render distance, but from here, you've got a pretty good view of the entire build, the one that we haven't been in yet.
Yeah, I can see just about the 2 front towers here.
Okay. So we'll go test out this elevator. Hopefully we survive the journey. And we'll show you the monster build.
Is that build past the house we checked out anything, or is that kind of a separate thing?
Oh, this is something Jane made. She's not a super huge builder, but she was the first person to come here, so I allowed her to build something over here. And she made something really flashy, I guess.
Is that gilded blackstone?
Yeah.
Holy. That must have taken ages to collect. You can't craft it, can you?
Well, she stole it from me.
Oh,
But yeah.
very extravagant.
Yeah. It's a nice one. I tried to help her with the sides here.
Oh, yeah.
And she also had her own little nether portal back here as well, hidden inside the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was a nice little place for her on the hill there. Unlimited water supply.
Nice, nice. The essentials.
Yep. And also, the build that we're going to go into is big, so it casted a shadow over anything underneath it. So I had to light it up a bit underneath the build because there was lots of monsters and mobs spawning underneath.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of put some lights. See, we have our beacons going through all of the towers that are floating around it.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, just kind of put some torches around, just try to prevent mobs spawning. They seem to work pretty well. There was a few that still come every once in a while, but it's not like an army.
Yeah. For sure.
Anyways, this was our small elevator. It was only for one person at a time. It probably travels the fastest, but it's up there. And this was our bigger elevator. This was how we transported animals up to the build and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll try it. We'll try it out. There we go.
Remember from last time, as long as you don't move, it might work.
Yeah, it might work. Yeah. When we bring animals up from by this way, we have to like bring like 6 of them, and like maybe one will survive.
Oh, yeah.
It's always a risk. Man, this was the journey. We always got like the first survival player to come up to our build. We always got them to ride the elevator and to get the waystone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it didn't work though. We had to just end up teleporting them up here, but and
Sweet.
this is the big build. This is where the waystone was. It's called MastrClicker's Fortress.
Oh yeah. You got some
So
netherwart
this
farms?
yeah, so this entire build, almost every single thing other than like any sort of cosmetic interior design was all done by me, block by block, collecting the supplies and building the supplies. It took me probably about a month to get as far as I did with this build in survival.
Wow,
I
we.
really like these sort of pillars I made. I kind of used a build reference that I saw on this server that's one of my other members made, and I just kind of bulked it out and made it bigger.
Oh yeah.
He didn't use nether brick or iron bars. I noticed the iron bars, when you put two of them next to each other, they kind of do this little thing, right? Like if you have only one, it's like not,
Yeah, it
it's like
kind of
straight.
sticks out and it's kind of weird.
Yeah. So I did it too wide so I could have like two bars to make it look like it's a little bottom piece to it.
Yeah.
Come around, still see, still following the cherry blossom theme. Even though it's made of like nether supplies. You come down here, it's got our massive beacons, which
Holy.
gives you every single perk that beacons can give you. And then this whole entire area is claimed, so there are spots of this build that can only be accessed by people who have permissions to my claim. For
Hmm.
example, our basement where we keep the beacons. This is where we keep our nether portal.
Holy smokes.
All of our supplies.
Oh yeah, you got a big
Beacon,
storage.
beacon obviously. And then I think other people have put just random things down here that are part of my claim. I think like Jane has something in the corner there, probably with all of the plushies and stuff in it. And of course the nether portal is guarded, just in case someone gets in here or piglins or anything. This nether portal is actually really cool. So this nether portal takes you to the nether roof, but you
Oh.
can't get back through the nether portal to get here. So when you go through the portal, it takes you to the roof, and if you go back through the portal, it'll take you to the ground, and then if you go back through that portal, it'll take you to somewhere else in the nether completely.
Oh.
So this portal is a one-way trip, which is why there is a two-way waystone in there to get you back from the nether roof.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, this was our basement. It's exclusive that you get to see it, because
Yeah.
only claim members can see this part. Oh, look at
Not many
this.
eyes have seen this area.
I guess this is Gamesy's collection over here.
Got the figures, the Funkos.
Yeah. I never ended up getting one of those.
Ah, yeah.
Alright. So next level. This is where we keep the farms, or where we're going to be keeping the farms. This is like the greenhouse area.
Ooh.
Right now it just has animals up here. And frogs and stuff. So some of these animals actually spawned on the build while I was making it, which made it really convenient. There were other animals that I had to bring up here, like the sheep.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the chickens spawned up here, and the frogs spawned up here. I just kind of bred what I had. As soon as there was two of the same animal, I was like, "It's up here. We gotta duplicate it."
Yeah.
Bringing animals up here was a hassle. I mean, you can put them in a boat, but the leash doesn't always stay attached and it falls. And then the elevator, as I said, you maybe get 1 out of 6. So when mobs naturally spawned up here, it was like a blessing and just made it really easy to As long as you could breed them, you were like fine.
Yeah.
It's
Did
also a very
you?
loud level with all the frogs.
Oh yeah. I think I've got my volume turned off, luckily. But
Yeah.
did you use I know you can sometimes put a boat or an animal on a lead and then use a waystone. Did you do that at all, or?
Oh, we did try using waystones, but apparently they don't work. They wouldn't transport
Oh,
through the waystone.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think at one point Pixels patched it because a bunch of people, me included, put boats through the waystone into spawn and put like 400 boats at spawn
Oh.
and filled them full of chickens with eggs.
Oh no, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was gonna be the greenhouse and where we kept all the plants and stuff, but kind of drifted away from it. This is where Jane built this pond here for the frogs to breed in.
Cool little hangout area.
Yeah. And the next level is residential. How do you get there, you ask? Well, we have these two gigantic water elevators that take you right up to residential.
Ooh.
So as you can see, we've gotten pretty high up now. We're at like 267. This was the residential area. All I did for this area was I just made sort of blocks of empty spaces, and I told the people that were part of the community that they could choose one of these blocks and customize it to make it their own.
Oh yeah.
So I was hoping that they would actually modify the outside of it as well, but most people just did the interiors. As you see, we have one for Fuhr, one for Jane,
Oh
and
yep.
they were married in the game, so they ended up connecting their houses with this
Oh.
sort of bridge here.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I think we had one over here for the red jar. Looks like he just has his plushies in here and a bed.
Neat little collection.
Yep. This one was gonna be Cat's room. He never got around to doing anything with it.
Aw, darn.
This is MGC's room. Looks like he's got
Ooh.
himself a flag and oh, what the? You making a basketball thing?
Wait,
Okay,
this is
okay.
sick.
Oh, he's got a little picture there.
Got a banana blade.
Banana blade. Apparently, there's a story behind this blade. You'd have to ask him about it. I think this has like one of his first things or something.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on up there. Looks like something is bleeding through from the top floor. And this was Goober's over here. She hasn't done anything either. She just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
claimed it as her own. Let it be. Okay, so we gotta be careful going into here. There is a fox in here that I had to put in here. It spawned on the top of the build, and then I built the fox a little hut, and then the fox fell, got to one heart, so I locked it in this room. But this is
Oh,
Letaby's room.
that was close.
Um, we don't ask too many questions about the chains and the beds and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Pixels okayed it so long as we didn't show it to anyone, but here it is on your video. So, you know, it's fine. She's got pictures of her dogs here. She's got pictures of us. You know. Oh, and there she is right there. In fact, I don't know if you're allowed to show that, but there's Let It, small picture of Let It Be up there by
Maybe
her
do you
bed.
think I shouldn't? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if there rules. I mean, she put it in the game.
Fair enough.
I think this is a picture of the cabin that Let It Be and Julian made near the world border.
Oh yeah. I think I remember that when that picture was taken actually.
Mhm. Yeah. So this was a nice area for residential. I recently renovated this because of mobs, but this was Gamesy's room, and all he did was take black concrete and filled this whole entire room with black concrete, so it was completely dark. And then literally, this was the only place in the whole entire build where mobs would spawn, but it would be like a ridiculous amount of mobs.
Oh
So
yeah.
I had to put this thing around his house because the mobs were getting out and attacking people. And then eventually I just came in here and completely decimated the place. So now mobs don't spawn in here anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's really funny
this
though. Yeah, I
was
guess the mob cap would all be like in this room.
yeah, it was definitely one of those things. Oh, and then out here, it's a one-way trip for anyone who doesn't have a claim, but it takes you to the patio. We were gonna put stuff out here like grass and trees and things, but it was a lot of work, and I was only one person, and people were just kind of doing what they wanted to do.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It
Like
wraps
viewing
around,
area.
yeah, wraps around the whole entire build. Nice little outside area. The plan for this build was to eventually make it so that the only way in, if you didn't have claim permission, was to get in from the bottom where we just came in from.
Oh
So
yeah.
even if you had an Elantra and you flew up here and you landed here, you still can't open the doors, you can't get into the build. Even the very, very top floor was going to be completely boxed in.
Yeah.
So it was going to be just one entrance to the whole build. You could get out, you know, because there's a pressure place to let you out. But to get in was only supposed to be one entrance.
Yeah, you need permission from one of the people of trust or
Yeah.
one of the members.
And they built this very crazy looking staircase. I just wanted something very different. So I built this really interesting staircase. It goes up to this level. Now this level, it was full of Gamesy's plushies, so I guess it still is. But this level was going to be basement. So
Mm.
above this was going to be where the main castle kingdom was going to be, and this area was hollowed out to act as basements for the rooms that were going to be from the build up top.
Oh yeah.
So it is just hollowed out. It hasn't been finished, but yeah, these were going to be like these are the tops of people's houses. They were just going to be covered,
Ah yeah.
and then everything was just going to be like partitioned into rooms depending on what was going on up top. Oh yes, this is the fox hut I told you about,
Oh yeah.
but then the fox fell, so now it's just a hut.
Ah shoot.
Up here is where it starts to get complicated. This is where I was going to make the really crazy looking castle. First glance, you come up here, you got your pillars. They're all identical. I did not use light Matica for this one though. I just kind of built one and then built them all.
Yeah. Guess they're small enough to be able to make a few of them.
Yeah. I did have to bring a cow up here because I had one cow spawn up here, and as soon as I finally got that other cow up here, as you can see, we made sure we weren't gonna not run out of cows.
Yeah.
This is my own personal steak farm, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Jane actually built this thing, which was gonna be like our smelting station. We have a smelter underneath that we were working on. And yeah, she kind of put this up here. I just kind of helped her with the roof a little bit.
Yeah.
This was Jane's sort of part of the build. Um, got our giant water fountain with the beacons coming through it. And then yeah, and then over here was just a temporary building station for what I was doing over here. And this was going to be where the main castle was going to be. This was going to be our throne room, I guess.
Mm.
So the idea was to have, I think it was 6 floating seats, sort of like thrones, that all of the main sort of head members were going to sit at. And then this was going to be sort of an area where people came to talk to us or get judged or whatever. We actually had this weird sort of role play lore thing going on where like we were going to judge people and this was going to be like a chamber. So you see all these dispensers here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, inside of all of these dispensers, we had lava buckets, and we were going to connect it to redstone to have switch so that we all voted whether or not this person was worthy or not. And if they weren't,
You're gonna
if we
cook them?
all if we actually had it set up to redstone, so if a majority of people voted yes, the redstone would activate and shoot the lava buckets out, but it would actually just be lava and not the lava bucket.
Yeah.
And it could even affect people that were not flagged for PvP, so we weren't sure how like allowed it was.
Oh, yeah,
But
'cause you normally
but
can't put lava near people if you place it in a bucket.
yeah, but if you have it coming out of a dispenser, apparently it's fine.
It's pretty funny.
So we never ended up doing it. We did have it fully functional at one point, but we kind of gave up. Also, I did end up sort of doing a rough finish of this build in a creative world. I did copy this whole entire build, including all of the other builds around it.
Oh, yep.
The problem is that I ran out of space. So as you can see,
Oh.
the very top glowstones, they're floating in the air there. That's the build height limit.
Oh, shoot.
So I was kind of like, I could finish it if I squished everything down a bit, but it wasn't exactly what I was going for with the epicness of how the top wanted to be. So
Yeah.
kind of just ran out of space, I guess. I got ahead of myself.
Ah, that's a shame.
But this was the build. It's been in the server for a while now. I joined the server probably like last year at some point.
Oh, yep.
This is the biggest build I've made on this server. It definitely took me the longest. I didn't dedicate as much time to this build as I probably should have, though, which is why it took me so long. And the biggest part about it is just doing pretty much 90% of it on your own and also running out of supplies,
Oh, yeah. That
which was
would not
probably the
help with
most
the
difficult
process.
part. But yeah, we had a good thing going here. We started a community. We had a lot of people joining, but there was a lot of people, key members that had to leave, and
Hmm.
I guess most of us just kind of drifted doing our own things. Some of us still talk on Discords and stuff, but as far as playing on Pixel server, I think I just pop in here just to see what's going on, make sure my builds are okay, and I still got a claim here, and
Yeah.
hopefully return. I mean, Pixel's doing a lot of cool stuff on the server, so
Yeah, I mean, knowing
it's
the...
definitely.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Knowing this server, I don't doubt that if this was unclaimed, it'd either be claimed over or, like, horribly griefed. So, hopefully
Yeah.
that never happens.
Yeah.
People love to grief cool builds. It's a real shame.
Anyways, but if anyone watches your videos, remember MastrClicker was here, and also Gamesy apparently was here, and this was his last step.
Yeah, this final art piece. Oh yeah, last step.
He left his entire god armor sitting on this armor stand, and then he jumped and logged out forever.
Dang, poetic.
And someone took his armor,
But he just yoinked it.
even though he left it to me. Someone who has access to my claim took his armor. I
Dang.
did end up taking his Elytra, and then I think yesterday I actually gave it to a new player that joined the server.
Oh, nice.
Told her it was probably a pretty rare item because Goober has got a majority of them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave her games. He's Elantra.
Hmm.
You know, I'm still helping out Pixel Server. You know, still nice.
Yeah. It's good to leave a
Yeah.
good mark on the server.
I mean,
This
in my server, I'm pulling pranks and killing people. So you know, I gotta be nice on some server.
yeah, you gotta even it out a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta balance it. But yeah, I don't know what more I could show you. I guess we could teleport over to the mansion that one of our, I guess, Fuhrer made.
Yeah, sure. You don't mind showing that
Yeah,
off?
yeah, absolutely. I just gotta remember what it's called. Oh, here it is. So this area belonged to Jarl Fjör. He is probably one of the best builders I've ever met. He built this entire house, this mansion, he built it in literally one day.
One
Didn't
day?
take him very long at all, yeah.
Holy. There's so much like death just to the outside right here.
Yeah, literally,
Jeez
I
Louise.
logged off for a night, I came back, and this was here.
Wowee.
He spent, and not just this, but also this bridge and all of the design he put into the front area over here, sort of near the water. Uh, it just baffles me of how fast he was able to put all this up. He
Yeah.
even used like redstone lamps, and this is probably the coolest thing though, is this bridge. I really like what he did with the pillars of the bridge. Definitely a really cool design.
Ooh. Yeah.
And then he started working on a harbor out there too. All of that dirt and everything was all him landscaped.
Yeah.
And then this, it looks like a second mansion. It's actually a lighthouse.
Oh, yeah. I see the
So he,
light at the top there.
so he made this as well, yeah. And then way out in the forest, or in the ocean, I guess maybe not way out, but pretty decently far. I'm not sure if I have a waystone there, but I can fly there. Do you have an Elantra with you?
Yeah. I got some
Let's,
rockets.
let's take a little trip. So I am there. Ow. Yes. So this was the farm he made. And it's completely automated to make rockets. Duration 3, duration 1. The duration 2
Oh.
ones were glitching, so we either get duration 1 or duration 2. Or 3.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like all auto crafters and
Yeah,
fully
so
automated.
over here is the creeper farm, then over here is the paper farm, and then some weird stuff happens in here, and boom, rockets. Here, you want some rockets? Here, have some on
Ooh,
the
if you don't mind.
house.
Thanks. So who all worked on this build?
So this was all him.
Wow.
He did this on his own. He got it fully automated with the redstone and the everything. This is probably took him longer than any of his other builds just because of the redstone work. But still pretty fast. Like I think maybe a day it took him to get it up, and then maybe another couple of days he got it fully functional. But yeah, it works really well.
Kind of like water shenanigans going on here.
Yeah, so I think the water gets caught in here and then gets picked up by the minecart and then falls down one of these holes here.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
It goes into an auto crafter. Yeah, you AFK this for a little while and we'll have a chest full of rockets. We were selling them at the shop for a while, I think. Let it be had a shop there.
Oh, yeah.
So this was probably a very valuable resource for us because we all had Elantras. We all ran out of rockets a lot, so
Yeah, rockets are the one thing, especially at the shop, that will just always sell. Always needed.
mm, yeah. Anyways, I think that pretty much concludes all of the builds that we had over here that were significant anyways.
Yeah.
There is something else really cool that I built, but it's not on this server. So,
Yeah.
Pixel has this creeper or Enderman farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has it out at the end. So I copied that farm using a schematic program, and I loaded it into my server. But because my server is modded, it spawns mutant Endermen.
Oh, yeah.
And because there are no claims on my server, the mutant Endermen were just killing like all of the stuff I put on there, like all the Endermites and everything wouldn't survive.
Oh,
So I
shoot.
had to modify the creeper farm. So what I did was I put like a layer of cobweb just high enough where normal Enderman could spawn into it. And then on top of that, in a checkered pattern, I put black carpet. So it
Oh.
didn't run as efficient as if it was without the black carpet, but the mutant Enderman could no longer spawn up there. And so long as the Enderman moved just one block to the side, they could see the Endermite and would run to the center.
Oh.
So,
Pretty smart
so yeah,
solution.
I took her Enderman farm because I liked the way she had it designed, where you could just go inside of it, and even if the Enderman kind of spawned on the outside, you were still protected.
Yeah.
And then also I just got rid of like the super smelter and everything else that was on it, and just made it an Enderman farm with for Enderman and pearls and stuff.
Hmm. That's pretty smart.
My server has gotten pretty intense.
Well, thank you so much for the tour. Let's do a little outro or something. Do you want to do it here, or do you want to do it at the other base? Nope. I wonder if the servers might be crashing again. That's all good. Nope. There we go.
Maybe. There we go.
I was gonna suggest we do the outro at a different spot, but the server might crash before then, so maybe we just do it here.
For sure, for sure. What do I need to do for an outro?
Basically, I don't know if you have anything you want to say at the end here. I'm just in like third person, so any closing
Well,
thoughts?
closing thoughts is, as far as voice chat servers go, definitely had the most fun on Pixel server. Had a lot of cool people here. Even inspired me to create my own server. Uh, if you watch this video, definitely come check it out. Make something cool, something epic, and maybe I'll come around and check it out too. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the tour, and thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more Pixels SMP base tours, feel free to like and subscribe, of course. And I really hope to see you in the next one. Until next time.
Oh yeah.